What is up, guys? Back here at the laundromat. Just got to do a few things. I'm not going to jinx myself and say that it's going to be a quick morning, because I know as soon as I say that, that usually spells out that I'm going to be here for a while. But as you can see, not too much to do. It's not dirty. Floors look good. Floors look shiny. I'm going to wipe the tables down, wipe the machines down, just to be, on the safe side. But my wife came down here yesterday. My wife and my mom came down here yesterday for probably about 30, 45 minutes. We actually had someone contact us about wanting to do a photo shoot at the laundromat. At first, I said no, because I don't know. I just said no. I don't know what it's going to entail. I don't know, how many customers I'm going to have in here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I was just hesitant. We've had other people contact us, and we really didn't like their style of photography, and really didn't want to just deal with that. This person seemed like, they had a style of photography that we could get behind. So my wife decided she was going to text her and tell her it was okay, and then that's when I said, okay, it's your baby, you're going to rock it. I ain't got no dealings with this one. They wanted a vintage laundromat, and at first it kind of, I wouldn't say offended me when they said vintage, but it just, I don't know. Yeah, some of our machines are older, but I wouldn't classify it as vintage just yet. But turns out what they mean by vintage is completely not what the word means. I think they were just looking for a certain aesthetic, because the photos they took were not in the slightest a vintage type photo. They took really good photos, and honestly, holy crap, it made our laundromat look on point. And it turns out the girl that's taking the pictures, her grandma used to own the laundromat that my parents own now. So, it's crazy how everything comes full circle. But if I can find them on Instagram, I'll share them on my Instagram page. I might get with them, see if I can't show some of the photos that were took, because they ended up looking pretty good. But I'm going to get the machines cleaned, the tables cleaned. It's the end of the month, so I've got to take out all my change from my vending, from my draw, all that good stuff. So stick around. So my wife texted me today, earlier when she was here, and said, hey, I found a phone. I was like, well, did you ask whose it was? Because with newer phones, most time you program your contact in, and it'll say, oh, this phone is so-and-so's. Well, I got here today, and I pressed it and played with it a second. Well, it turns out there's no SIM card installed, and somebody is either factory data reset it or something else. But I mean, I don't know Samsung, so I don't know what kind of phone it is. But I'm trying to figure out. She said she knew she had seen who left it, but so far, I can account for this phone being at the laundromat 15 hours without leaving the building. So I'm gonna keep on looking back, and I'll keep you updated. So I figured out whose it was, at least who brought it in the building, I believe. I'm going to do a little bit more checking here. But I just want to show you what these people did yesterday. Yeah, let's see. Where y'all at? Oh, yeah. So here's what they did first. That wasn't too bad. Had to unload a bunch of stuff out of their truck. I'm not going to say too much of that, but I'm going to check the entire laundromat, make sure I do not see that phone laying anywhere. It's a good thing that I adjusted my cameras because I was able to see another spot where it was at. But let's see here. Let's skip ahead. Go down to 2-hour mode, because if I don't go to 2-hour, then it like skip pretty quickly. Oh, too far. Ah, you see that right there? Yeah, I understand it's raining, but seriously, people. Let's see here. I mean, I do. I understand it's raining, but really? So, turns out the phone is factory data reset already, so I'm sure somebody already tried stealing it, figured out they couldn't steal it. So, I think it takes micro USB. My wife put a post online. I know whose it is, so if somebody tries to pull one over me, I've got them, but been trying to come to the laundromat and make sure I just record everything. So I can't promise you that this is going to be a great change-out video, but one thing we made sure of when, you know, we discussed taking photos in the laundromat there, this woman knew that our customers came first. So if she come in and there was quite a few customers in here, it was going to be a no-go. So, but they ended up being just a couple customers in here. I reckon my wife talked to them and they were a-okay with things. One of them even asked to take a picture of his Trump shirt. I guess he was out supporting the POTUS there. Which I promise we won't go getting political. Some things are just obvious, you know. From what I read on the Facebook messages, because of course, you know, both me and my wife are admins on our Facebook page, so we're able to, or you know, whether it's me having the conversation or her having the conversation, we're both able to see it real time. Same thing with our Google accounts. We're both admins on it, so we can we're able to see everything on it. But I would say the woman hadn't been gone an hour, maybe 2, and had already sent my wife the pictures, you know, that she said she would send over to her to show, you know, what she took. And I guess just the reason I was so hesitant to do it was mainly our customers. They're already in here doing a task they don't want to do. And I'm sure, you know, they don't want to be bothered by somebody trying to take photos or whatever else have you. And, you know, not excluding the fact that they might fear that they'll have their picture taken, or they might be in the background of a picture, or whatever. I mean, it's completely understandable. I'm not crazy for pictures. But it was all in good taste, and it turned out well, and it was, you know, pretty much free promotion for the laundromat. We'll see what the future holds there. Let's see here. As you probably, if you watched my last video all the way through, you would have seen at the end that we did in fact go and look at that other laundromat. Currently, I'm not able to give out any kind of specifics, anything like that. We've called it what, you know, we've done our due diligence to the best of our knowledge, best of our know-how. And the way I've done it, since it's been closed down for such a while, is, you know, we have the same utility companies here and there, here as there. We took our utility bills compared to our profit, or our washer income rather yet, and compared it. I come up with a formula, you know, of a 1-to-1 ratio at 50% capacity. So that's saying, you know, so what I did when I, you know, was trying to forecast numbers, since it was a year, it's been over a year since it's been closed, is they have the same utility providers as I do. So I basically took our income of our washers versus our utility spent. Their dryers are going to be better dryers. Their washers are going to be more efficient, but I didn't take any of that into account. I did like a 1-to-1 ratio. So if our utilities was $100 and we our washers was $200, and that place's was $200, you know, their utilities was $200, then that would make their income $400. So what I did was I built in a 50%, you know, stagnation. You know, it's not got customer base we've got, because they've lost customers, they went elsewhere, you're gonna have to gain them back. So in theory, if we did that, you know, 1-to-1 with a 50% reduction built in, that would put them for, you know, if they spent $200 on utilities, then their washers would have made $300, if that makes sense, their washers and dryers. That's just the only way I figured out how to do it. You know, I know there's such things as turns per days and all that good stuff. But honestly, I don't get behind that stuff, just because I'm out in rural America, like rural America. So, you know, a lot of them city folk don't really get us rednecks, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, we spent about 30 minutes looking at the place. I recorded everything, but I didn't do a great job at recording, mainly because I was busy talking to the broker, and I really just wanted it for me to be able to go back and look at, you know, later, to say, you know, oh, what kind of washer was this? I value the equipment, low value. I projected I projected stagnant income with 50%, projected stagnant income. It's very hard to explain without showing. And right now, I really don't want to show it. I'll show it later in the future if this deal goes through, or if it doesn't go through, I'll show you how I compared it. Which, I'll save all that for a future video. And I'll sit down and explain my thinking. And especially if we're able to maybe make a deal on this place, compare maybe the first couple of months to what I might have projected, and to see if I was right. Because really, that's the first time I've ever got to do it the way I did it. Because when we purchased this place, it was a no-brainer that it would be able to make money just from the way it was ran. These people were only coming in once a week to check and clean the place. So you can imagine. Well, the first few months of owning this place, every time we were in here, about the only thing, because I was in here fixing dryers, cleaning machines, fixing machines, just, you know, doing all the upgrades we wanted to do to a new camera system, etc., etc. All I heard was, I just started coming back to this place. It used to be the dirtiest place around, so you can imagine what shape it was in. I know why I ain't got no quarters in these. My wife come in here and stole all these yesterday. She had my keys because we have 3 sets of keys. We have my set, well, what we used to call my set, her set, and my parents' set. My parents keep a set for when we go out of town. They can take care of the laundromat for us. But lately, I've just kept my set and her set because she ain't been coming to the laundromat where she's pregnant. But yesterday, I let her use my set, and the only key to get quarters out of the machine is on my set is for the dryers. All the dryers and those back 40s. So I'm gonna run these through real quick, get the money out of the machines, do what I need to do back here, and then we'll take out snack, the pop. I already did this vending machine yesterday, or the soap machine yesterday, because I filled it up, and I thought we were a lot earlier in the month than what we were, so my bad. So the reason I've never made a video on how, you know, how to value a laundromat is just simple fact that there's 100 different ways to do it, at least in my opinion. good of a deal you get, you're always going to have somebody that comes and tells you you got a bad deal. I forgot my bucket. You're always going to have somebody tell you you got a bad deal. I've seen it best on an Instagram post once. It said, I can't remember the person that quoted it, or made the quote really yet. It might have been Warren Buffett, but I don't think so. Is that you can go out and buy the best clothes from the best name brand people, and there's going to be somebody that comes along and says, you bought the wrong color. That color don't look good on you. That brand supports this, that, and the other. Why are you supporting them? Etc. People, very, very, very few people in your life wants to see you succeed. They want to see you in the same position, if not worse than them. That's just straight truth. There's very few people that want to see you succeed. So, but anyways, I'll show it later on how I would value the laundromat. As far as showing you how to value the laundromat, no, I will not do that. Because I am not that experienced in that area. I'm no Luke Williford, who seems like he buys another new laundromat every week. I wish that old boy would make him a YouTube channel. If you ever get a chance, check him out on YouTube. He's a really good guy. Real down to earth, real religious. I need to fix that pretty soon. Nobody knows it, but that last slot actually works. And I have product in it, it's just that product doesn't end right. So I gotta fix it. As far as I'm concerned, my channel will always be showing behind the scenes, and showing the nitty-gritty. I'll show you how I would do it, and that's about it. Because if there is one thing I'm not, it's a teacher. So. Life savers do not sell well in here. But hey, I'm gonna take care of this vending, do what I need to do here, and then I'm out. Thank you for watching. God bless.